From like when I was in elementary, I played volleyball, but I never really stuck to it. And then I kind of played co-ed softball during my middle school and high school years with my uncle. So I got a couple other sports under me.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. What do you play in basketball? What position?
So I played point guard and shooting guard, but because of the size, you know what I'm saying, it was mainly the one. I got a big hard little body, so they didn't trust me in the post. They want to put me at the point.
Right, right. I knew you wasn't no post. I didn't know if you was a shooting guard or point guard.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you mostly played the one or if you played just the two.
Hmm.
I couldn't shoot. I couldn't dribble. I could shoot, but I couldn't dribble.
Yeah.
So I played outside, and it'd be weird because I'd be stroking people from deep, and they'd be like, "What? This dude can shoot?" And I'm like, I just look goofy.
Hmm. I feel that. I feel that.
So you playing basketball now?
No, I don't play basketball now. Like I kind of like hoop every now and then again, but football is like my main sport right now.
Okay, we're about to get into that right now because that's what we really can talk about with some football. So
Yes.
tell me about this football and tell me what position you play.
Right now, I play cornerback only solely.
Only solely.
Yeah.
That's right. They'll be talking shit too. I
I don't really want to at all. I try to let my skill and the coaches do that. It's
know
just
that's right.
yeah.
I know that's right. So, how did you get into the Oklahoma City Lady Force? You didn't mention your team. I'm gonna mention it for you. How did you get into the Oklahoma City Lady Force?
So I got onto Oklahoma City Lady Force through a mutual friend that I met at Ice Event Center. It's like a local black spot, and I did poetry
Right.
and stuff. So one of the girls, her girlfriend played, which was Des. She played on the team, and she was like, "Hey, you should come and try out." She had been telling me to come and try out for like weeks, and of course, I was like, "All right, I'll come," but I ain't really never came. And so one day I was like, "I'm just gonna get up and I'm gonna come." And honestly, like I ain't stopped going back, and that
I
was
know
like
that's right.
3 years ago. I remember the date too.
So you only been playing football for 3 years?
Yeah.
You had no prior experience before that.
Nah.
Like didn't even get out there with the boys throwing the pig around like
I mean,
nothing.
yeah, but like honestly, basketball was my sport. Like football was just too confusing to me. But when I'm on the field, like it makes so much more. Like it makes sense. Everything that they saying makes sense.
Yeah.
But at that time, like I did not. Before I played football, I did not know nothing. Like I had no skill in football at all.
Did you have a favorite team or anything at that point?
I ain't even like football. I ain't gonna lie. I
You
was
didn't like football.
like, it ain't for me.
So you said you play corner,
Mhm.
and in my opinion, I think corner is one of the toughest mentally to play. Uh,
Yeah.
as a defensive tackle, your main goal is to get to the backfield, get the quarterback, get the safety. I feel like you've got more depth, and so you kind of get to make the last judgment on where the ball's going.
Yeah.
Uh, Corner, you got to pay attention to the quarterback and the receiver at the same time, and you got to be in good positioning to make sure that your feet works good and that you're matching up with them and that you're playing complementary football. Because
Yeah.
if a deep ball is thrown and that receiver catches it, that's on you. That's on nobody else but you. So you're kind of out there on an island most of the time, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
So what made you pick defense?
I ain't want to get hit.
I know that's right.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't want to get hit. To start off, let me get into the hitting. Let me get this out first, cause I got a little body, big heart, but like I felt like they was gonna murder me if I went to offense.
I told my son that same thing. I was like, man, would you rather not be the hunter or you want to be the prey? And
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather be a hunter. You know what I mean? I don't want to get my head taken off. I want to take somebody's head off.
Facts.
And so I'm with you there. I told my son, I said, I said if I could go back and do it over again, I'd have played golf and I'd have played football and I'd have been a kicker.
Really?
I'm dead serious, man. The kicker was the most conditioned guy on our team, but he took the least amount of damage. And you can play. I mean, as long as you can kick a ball, you can kick in the league for years. You know what I mean? Like I think Adam Vinatieri could still be doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have the wear and tear on his body. I'm sure his like legs, his hip and his knee from his kicking leg. I'm sure it's probably a little sore from now and then, but other than that, I mean, he doesn't really take licks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't hit him. It's like a penalty against them. So yeah.
They're getting to where you can't hit anybody anymore, though.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think about all the rule changes in the league and in college football and all this, like targeting and stuff?
Man, I kind of have mixed reviews on it. Like when I'm out there on the field, it's like I'm just trying to hit it. I'm just trying to hit. Like it's not even I'm thinking about it. I'm just gonna go. And
Right.
I think that should always be like the focus. Like when we are at practice, they teach us how to do form tackling and do all this. And when people get on field, they know the risks that you have. Offensive people know that you running this ball, you about to get your head knocked off. Like that's how
Right.
we play. So it's kind of weird that we're not exposing rugby for how vicious and violent it is, but they want to be like, oh, football is to this, to that. And I'm just like, man, they out there playing football. Like, how can you tell somebody not to hit them too hard or not to, lower their shoulder when they really might be trying?
Right. And that's what I think. I think with the way the NFL's gotten, and don't get it wrong, like I like that we're protecting players because I mean, ideally, you want to see your stars play. You don't want to see anybody go down. You don't want to see any of your friends go down. Injuries is one of those things we just don't talk about it. You know what I mean? We pretend they don't exist until they exist. And so I like that we're protecting the players, but at the same time, man, like you said, we knew what we was doing when we put the pads on. We expected that hit. And that's why we feared guys like Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher and those guys. We wanted to be those guys, and we feared those guys. Like, man, as a receiver, like they're asking me to go across the middle against Brian Urlacher and Ray Lewis. Hell no.
Yeah, man.
You're like, your motherfucking mind.
Yeah.
I'll go outside. I am not going in that middle.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't want to see people getting killed like that. Like, I'm glad that this game has opened up and like we're able to use all of the field and you're able to use the boundaries as defenders and but at the same time, like, no, you shouldn't take out a defenseless receiver. You should have some discretion. But man, when you're in the heat of the moment, you're in the passion of the game, it's really hard to just turn that off and be like, oh wait, I gotta hold up, because you're flying at 100 miles an hour and you're giving it everything you got. You can't just stop on a dime like that. So I think offensively, they're getting rewarded for bad offensive play, where you're penalizing the defense for doing their job. And I think that's where it needs to draw the line, and that's how we need to fix that. We need to address that. Like, and not just in the league, but like in all aspects of football, we need to understand that, when we start playing like we're going to get injured, that's when we get hurt.
Yeah. And I would say, like, with OKC Lady Force, sometimes if it looked bad, they would call the flag on us. And we are some hard hitters. Like, I'm not going to lie. Some of the things that we do, like, I'm not going to say we trying to maliciously go at you, but we had that dog in us. So it's kind of like sometimes the look of a hit will also be the reason for a penalty or a rule change.
Right. Sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's sad because I've seen a couple big hits, and people like both the running back and the receiver, or both the running back in the corner, they were just in the right place at the right time. It looked nasty. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not necessarily that it even hurt either one of the players. It just looked gross. You get that good pop of those shoulder pads, and I mean, it sounds brutal. You know what I mean? Those shoulder pads, they pop. It sounds brutal, and you didn't feel a thing sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think I think they're overprotecting the quarterback. He's still a football player too. He still put them pads on.
Yeah.
I feel bad for these linebackers.
Cause they about to have they have a hard job too.
That's a little
Yeah.
bit of strike zone. You know what I mean?
You said what?
That's a little bit of strike zone. That's a little bit of area to hit. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like throwing baseballs. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
We I'm not sure. I think it was. I think like I agree with you. Quarterbacks definitely need to know when, like, you step onto this field, you're gonna get hit. The only rule change that I think that they need to like really keep in is that concussion type of rule. I think the Tua from the Dolphins, him having 2 concussions and still being able to play, that's a problem. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned the concussions because I was just thinking when we were talking a minute ago. I feel like I see more concussions this year than I had. Because like what we saw Tua, he went special for a minute. I mean, his hands cramped up and everything. I thought his arm was broken. I thought his hand was broken.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we definitely the hit on the upper neck and body for any player other than a running back. It's really hard not to hit a running back there.
Yeah.
And I feel like running backs, they take punishment. They're the ones that really we should be concerned about. And it's all the other players that we're protecting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So you play corner. What are your workout habits? Like I know you guys have practice, but you guys practice a ton. But like, what is your like outside of practice? What is your workout routine? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you prepare?
So prepare like for a game, or just prepare for practice, or just in general.
Yeah, just how do you prepare to step on that field? Just anytime you step on that field, take me through the life of Donut? How Donut prepares to get on the field?
So I go to the gym 3 times a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm trying to start going in the morning, but I've been going after work lately. So I just do this routine that was given to me by one of my coaches, and then I have another routine that was given to me by one of my uncles, who is like, he gets his routine from a personal trainer, and her stuff is just, it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. So I'm lifting weights. I'm doing cardio. Also, I'm at this fancy gym down here in Broken Arrow, and they got a pool. So sometimes I hop in the pool and do some just workouts in the pool.
You live in Broken Arrow?
I do.
Oh, no kidding. We just moved. My wife, she's from Broken Arrow. That's where she went to school. We just moved down here from Tulsa.
Wow. So we swap positions.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So once I get through the week on Fridays, I make my way back down to Tulsa, from Tulsa to the city, Broken Arrow to the city, and I go to practice on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Try to just stay on top of things, and then also throughout the week, like Monday and Fridays, or just anytime throughout the week, I'm trying to watch film, study film, watch some type of football. Make sure that football is a 7-day-a-week type of thing, honestly.
Right. What do you? Who's your favorite corner right now?
Might have to be Slay.
Darius Slay.
Yeah.
Darius Slay.
I like, he's shown up in some. I've seen some of his film over the last couple games, and that man has shown up.
Yeah, he had a couple big plays against the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darius Slay, he's no joke. He's a beast. I like Pat Surtain in the backfield as well. Trayvon Diggs. I mean, there's so many there's so many defensive guys right now. I can just list. There's so many good defenders out there right now.
I could have seen Diggs on. I really could have, but like, Slay is like, I feel like I want somebody that's more like me. I feel like Slay is.
Slay doesn't take as many risks. He's more sound. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I like Trayvon's aggressiveness. I do. I think the aggressiveness is great.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, I'd rather see you get burnt you getting overexcited on a play,
Mm-hmm.
then you getting burnt because you didn't take it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd much rather you see you take the opportunity and fail than see you not take the opportunity at all.
Nacho don't like that. She ain't gonna want that.
I don't coach defense. I have nothing to do with none of that. I'm just saying from in my mind.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
I'm not aggressive. I'm that aggressive player. Like I feel like I can take anybody until you beat me.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like I feel like I can take like LeBron James has to prove to me LeBron James can beat me. But I'm gonna tell you this right now: if LeBron James doesn't beat me, he's gonna look really silly. You know what I mean? So I got nothing to lose. He's got everything to lose. Yeah. I'm gonna give him everything I got. He should beat me 21-0. Should, but you gotta show me. You're gonna have to show me. I don't believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a professional athlete. He should beat me. But so, what kind of eating habits do you have? You just kind of eat whatever you want?
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of that though.
Are you really?
Yeah, no, I am. I'm trying to like just eat a little bit healthier, get on a stricter diet, but just my life the way it's set up, I just be moving so much. I don't have no time to meal prep. I don't have no time to do this, do that. I stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
that's right.
Yeah. But
that was one thing I loved about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just said I love food.
I know that's right. That's what I was gonna say. That's one thing I loved about being a skinny guy. You know, being an athlete, I could eat whatever I wanted, and I was gonna go burn it off. It didn't matter. You know, just gonna have me running around, so I was gonna be chasing people. Whatever was gonna happen, I was gonna burn that right off. It didn't matter, and I stayed skinny my whole career. They wouldn't let me play defense. I tried. They said my butt was too small. I had to get on the other side of the ball. I was like, that's messed up. So I played receiver, but I had a lot of love for the defense. I always wanted to be a linebacker. That's what I wanted to be, but I was way too small for that. So
yeah.
But I always loved that I could eat everything. You know, we'd go to McDonald's and I'd get like a 20-piece chicken nugget, 3 snack wraps, and a large milkshake. And I'd eat it all. You know, get back on the bus, get home, go home and eat some more.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that.
That's what I do miss. That I miss the bus rides.
Man,
I ain't gonna lie.
Man, yeah, high school was a good time. We did that too.
I miss the bus rides in the locker room. I ain't gonna lie. Man, you can learn a lot about your friends in the locker room. Like, just pay attention when you're in the locker room. Like, just look at your closest friends, and like look at their locker and look at your friend and be like, "Oh, that makes sense." Just do it. Just do it. Next time you're in the locker room, just look at your best friends and just be like, "This motherfucker." I promise you. You can look around and be like, "Oh my god, dude, it makes so much sense," and it will. Just do it. All my friends, you could tell exactly what their personality was by looking in their locker, and I'm like, damn. Bear had art everywhere, like just all different kinds of, and like it was cool because it was just a bunch of crazy in one little room, and we was all just having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I miss that about sports. So it's cool. It's cool to get to be with y'all a little bit and learn from really good coaches. I mean, y'all got some really good coaches out there.
Facts. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Last season, I thought that was crazy. Like, just as all the running that we had to do, they knew what they was talking about, and I trusted them. I just put my faith, and I was like, everything gonna pay off. Everything gonna pay off. But I really do appreciate the coaches because I've never been coached like this before. I played other sports, but they never really like cared about me or poured into me like this before. So I'm so appreciative of all the coaches.
Is it not crazy to look back at your past coaches and like try not really hard to not judge them? Like, man, you were a really shitty coach.
Yeah, they were horrible. They never gave me a chance, and I'm just like, some of them they already knew what they wanted, and I wasn't that.
Right. And you know, it's funny because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, I thought I had really good coaches, so I started hanging out with your coaches and just seeing what your coaches instill and like what their motivation is and how they do it. Man, it was way different than my coaches, and I was like, this is where it's at. You know what I mean? Those were some bums, like really, truthfully. And it's weird being called coach. Oh my god, especially when I had to introduce myself as coach. Like that was freaking weird for me.
Yeah.
Because it was. I mean, it was just something I never thought I'd ever hear come out of somebody's mouth about me. I never thought that it would have coach attached to it. I always thought it was gonna be player. I did. I thought they was gonna kick me off the field. But it's really cool to get to hang out with y'all and see y'all at y'all's peak. Y'all got a lot of talent on your field. How did it feel to get that national championship ring?
Man, it was one of the best films in the world. All those back pedals and sprints and the practices, the film, like everything paid off.
Everything paid off.
And like
you kind of touched on it a minute ago. You said something about trusting the system.
Yeah. So defense, I played both sides of the ball, and last season offense wasn't as sound as defense. What we on defense know is that everybody has their own position. Basically, you play your part. You know, everything will go smooth. So trusting my sisters, trusting my coaches, just trusting whatever I studied and all of that benefited in the end because, you know, we the best.
I know that's right.
And like we're not done. We are ready to keep working, keep grinding, keep learning. Because it's not even like D2 that we want to take over. Like we trying to get to beyond those levels. The D2 is we got to start.
Which when y'all win the championship this year, that'll put y'all in that league, right? That'll put y'all up there.
Yeah,
and there's what 16 or 32 teams in the league up there. Like it's like a full NFL. It's like a full NFL league, isn't it?
I don't even know. I think it's like 6 or 7 teams in D1.
You know, that's the craziest thing about the Women's Football Alliance and everything that you guys do. I've been in Oklahoma 30. No, I haven't been here 30 years yet. I've been here off and on for almost 30 years. It's coming up on 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked at the Oklahoma Sports Museum down in Guthrie, Oklahoma. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's a really cool museum.
Yeah.
And it's a museum dedicated to honor Oklahoma athletes that either went to Oklahoma, born in Oklahoma, lived in Oklahoma, or went to college, university, and then went on to be professional or Olympic athletes. So you guys actually qualify to be in there. You guys are a professional women's football team. And women have been fighting for this for almost 30 years now. This started when I was like 4.
Yeah.
And it hadn't really gone. I didn't even know about it. And it's funny because I talk to my buddies, you know, because everybody I hang out with or I talk to is some kind of a fan of football.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of this? And they're like, no. And I'm like, this is like the greatest unknown discovery I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and y'all really are athletes. I mean, I watch y'all practice. I watch y'all warm up. I watch y'all play. I take film of it. And I mean, you guys look good. I mean, really, you do. Athletically, you guys look like you got a lot of talent on the team. So it's really impressive that nobody knows about y'all.
Yeah.
Yet. That's the thing. Yet. How did it feel playing on ESPN2?
Man, I'm still taking it in because I ain't gonna lie, I still watch that game. I still watch the championship game just to see like what did I do wrong? What could I have done a little bit better? So when I get to the stage the next time, it was good. But overall, like big stadium is something to add to my resume. It's something that I could say, hey, I went to Ohio Canton and played on the National Hall of Fame stadium. Like, come on, man. Who won't be able to say that? Not a lot of people.
I know, right? Did y'all get to go tour it? Like, did y'all get to do the whole tour of the Hall of Fame and everything?
Nah, they just giving us they just gave us our locker room and then that's it. They didn't give us much.
Oh, damn, that'd be so cool to be able to go tour that.
We would have to sneak in. I think like if once we go back this season, knowing us, we probably gonna get
right.
It. Yeah.
Gotta get it in.
Not even gonna lie.
So you guys have a long off season. You guys have like I mean, you guys' season's only what, 4 months?
April, May, June. Yeah,
Oh,
about
is it
3.
June?
Yeah. We were supposed to have 8 games, but we have 6, so
Oh, okay.
it's going till June.
And that's just in when we go into the Division 1, will there be more games? You know anything about that?
I think I'm guessing that we will all get the same amount of games since we're all in the same league, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how any of that worked.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I really don't know how any of this women's football works, other than you guys don't kick the field goals from where the NFL does.
Mhm.
You guys still do it from the 2-yard line. Other than that, the rules are pretty much like college.
Yeah.
Basically, it's NCAA rules.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it is a lot of fun, and you guys aren't powder puff. You guys aren't lingerie league. You guys are true, straight up smash mouth hitting hard hitting football.
Yeah.
Like straight up football, and that's what's cool about it. I can't wait to see y'all with the pads. And that's what drew me to you that first day. You was talking about having the pads on. You're like, yeah, wait till we put these pads on. I really get to crack your ass. And that's what made me laugh. And I was like, because it sounded like something like me, like something like I would say. And I gotta say, I wanted to say something to you and Heather, but I wanted to say it to you first.
I said that.
What?
I said that to you.
No, you were saying it on the field. I just heard you. You were saying it to yourself. Yeah, you was like, wait till we put on the pads, I'm gonna crack your ass. Or something of that nature. And I laughed. I never laughed so hard in my life. And I was like, oh, that's my little sister right there. And that's why I started calling you my little sister. I was like, oh, that's done, my little sister. She just don't know she's my sister yet.
Oh, wait. Dang. Yes, I do get talking shit.
But so do you prefer to play in man coverage or in zone?
I prefer to play man coverage, shade to the outside.
Shade to the outside?
Yeah. I want my outside leverage. Like, I know that slant, I'll usually start inside man to take away that slant and then shade to the outside so I can get on top and have that leverage to break up or knock that hoe down.
Right. I try to use that boundary. I try to use that boundary as an extra defender.
Yeah.
Because really, if you think about it, you got 13 defenders on the field. If you break it down that way.
Yeah, we got 11 though.
No, you got 11 men on the field, but you got the 2 boundaries, makes 13 defenders.
I like that.
So if you think about it, those boundaries act as extra defenders. Now I don't know what your coaches are having you doing. I don't take anything I'm saying but that's something to think about.
I like the thought of that.
Yeah, that's something to think about as when you're going through your progressions and stuff. Think about that boundaries as being an extra defender. Get that player out of bounds. Like if they're in the air, you can hit them out of bounds. They land out of bounds, it's incomplete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I like your getting leverage over them because that's really where you make your money. Getting those picks, getting those knockdowns, those swats. But you got some hops for a little girl. I ain't gonna lie.
I got a big heart.
I know that's right.
All the we was doing weekend workouts, so those help too. Those help. And box jumps, all those good things help.
You do box jumps?
I do.
I hate box jumps.
Just calves.
They're important. I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate legs. I hate doing any leg workout. Legs suck.
They do, but like
it's important. It's the most important thing you do. Really. That's where power comes from. I started telling my son that. He's like, no, that's my arm. I'm telling you, son, right now, it's the hip transfer. It's all in the hips. Mm-hmm. Like, watch Happy Gilmore. He's not lying. All right, so let's talk basketball for a minute. Oh, wait, no, I want to talk about this Kansas City Chiefs. I want to talk about this Eagles Niners real quick. This is while we're still on football. I want to talk football for a minute. What'd you get out of the Eagles Niners game?
What'd I get?
Yeah, what'd you see? Tell me what you saw in that game.
They blew their ass out.
Okay, besides
that. I saw some amazing catches from Philadelphia. Some great defense from Philadelphia.
I saw an amazing knock catch from Philadelphia.
Yeah. That one hand off the. Come on, man, that was crazy.
Devontae Smith. You know, it's funny. I told Ashley, I looked at her. I said that ball's not complete. He dropped that ball. I said they're going to give it to him anyway. And they came back from the commercial and they showed it. She's like, "How did you see that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just happened to see it."
You talk about when he one-handed that?
When Devontae Smith one-handed at the beginning, right before they scored that first touchdown. I told her right then and there. I said that ball's not complete, and then they came back and they showed it. I was like, man, I forgot all about Twitter and all that. I should have tweeted
it. Yeah. 49ers, they cool. I just think it might be I don't know, cause they was good against I forgot who they played. Who they played before?
The Niners played the Cowboys.
Yeah, they played some great defense on the Cowboys, or from what I seen when it was broken down.
Yeah,
it was, but I don't know what happened in this game.
Well, I mean, the Niners, they lost two of their quarterbacks. They lost Brock Purdy, and then the other quarterback went down with a concussion. So then they had to bring Brock Purdy back, but he couldn't throw. I would have liked to have seen him try to bring Christian McCaffrey in. He was the next up, and I know you don't trust C-Mac. I don't trust C-Mac to like drop back, give me a 5-step drop or a 3-step drop and throw it to Debo on an 8 route. You know what I mean? Like a good, nice post, just straight in the bucket. I don't expect to see that, but I expect to see you give them the idea that you might throw it. You know what I mean? Towards the end, all these crazy run schemes, like let's see if this works.
That was killing me. Yeah,
I did not like as from one coach looking at another coach. I think that's a bad decision. Like, let's see what he's got. We paid him all this money. Let's see if he can go earn it. You know what I mean? Put yourself in there. Had that replay caught the Devontae Smith catch or not catch at the beginning. I don't think Brock Purdy even goes down. I don't think obviously that was like a 3rd and 7 or a 3rd and 9. So that'd been 4th and 7 or 4th and 9 or whatever it was. They're punting the ball. Maybe Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt. San Francisco had a chance in that game, but not if you can't throw the ball. Not against that Eagles run defense. That Eagles defense is good.
Yeah, definitely. Dogs.
Yeah, they had some fight in them. They had some fights break out on the field. Trent Williams. I thought that was a bonehead move. And I mean, he ain't got nothing to lose at that point other than just his aggression, but he definitely showed that he was not gonna be punked. You ain't gonna bully that man. You ain't gonna put your hands on that man.
Yeah.
Straight threw that dude down.
I wonder what their consequences are though.
Oh, he probably gotta pay a fine. I mean, what are they gonna do? They can't suspend him. What are they gonna do? Suspend him? They can't, really. I don't think he should have even got a flag. I mean, both benches cleared. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
We would have to run for that. Coach would have made us run that same night.
Oh, hell yeah. We'd been doing death marches or something. Or my coaches we'd have been doing death marches right there on the field before we even got on the bus.
We know way better than that.
Yeah. I need to ask Coach Coco what he thought of that game.
He'll tell you some good shit.
I'm gonna ask him Saturday or Thursday. I'll see him Thursday, I guess. I'll ask him Thursday.
I don't know.
You say you didn't see any of the Kansas City Chiefs Bengals game? You just saw the highlights?
Yeah, I ain't really seen nothing in person. I mean, nothing.
Man, that was a good game. I saw 3 really good offensive lines. I saw the Kansas City had a really good offensive line play. The Eagles had good offensive line play, and even the Niners had good offensive line play. The Bengals are in trouble. That was bad. I mean, they were Kansas City. I mean, Chris Jones, I think had two or three sacks. He hadn't had a sack all postseason, his entire postseason career. And I like him. I've liked Chris Jones for a long time. I always thought he was a really good defensive tackle. But he definitely showed it that night. I mean, that Bengals offensive line looked terrible.
Damn.
But now I was 0-2 on my picks. I picked both San Fran and Cincinnati to win. I got all my first round.
I think I had Cincinnati and Eagles.
Cincinnati and Eagles.
Yeah.
At least you're halfway in there. You did better than me.
Yeah. Oh hell no. I'm going with the Cowboys. No. The Cowboys is cool. They cool, but like I just
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest about that game. Obviously that game was lost by Dak. I mean, you're throwing interceptions, you're throwing the ball to the other team. You lose the turnover battle. Typically, you're gonna lose the game. I mean, I can show you that stat. Typically, whoever has the most hits in baseball wins the game. Not always. I can show you some games where it was like 7 hits to 11 hits, and then you won 5-4. You know what I mean? But very rarely, if I show you the errors, turnovers, and well, I guess turnovers in basketball too. I can typically tell you who won the game, and Dak's got to quit turning the ball over. They didn't even try to put Cooper Rush in there, and after his second pick, I ought to put Cooper in there.
yeah.
I saw more consistency with Cooper Rush than I did Dak.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that Cooper Rush is the better athlete. I saw more consistency with Cooper Rush. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no. And that's what sometimes with the game on the line, they want to go with the bigger name, but they need to go with what's more consistent.
Yeah. I would at least give him a drive. Be like, hey man, you got one chance. You're up. And I saw they just released Cooper Rush. But you got one chance, you're up. You know what I mean? Like if we're down and I know we've got more than just one drive, I'm gonna give the ball to the second stringer and I'm gonna put it on my defense. Defense, you want it? It's up for your offense to score points, but man, it's up to your defense to stop the other team from scoring. You know what I mean? So if your defense can't stop nobody, I'm not gonna. If my defense, if I'm coaching in the Big 12, I'm not gonna put it on my defense. But if I'm coaching in the SEC, I'm gonna put it on my defense. If I'm playing in the Big 10 or the ACC, I'm gonna put it on my defense. Hey man, I need y'all to get one stop. We'll put the kid in. We're gonna see what he's got. If he scores a touchdown, we win the game. You know what I mean? And or we got a chance at least. So I would have done that. I definitely wouldn't have sat by and did nothing. Nothing was nothing at that point. Nothing wasn't something. I believe sometimes doing nothing is something, but that's not one of those times that it was something. That was straight up doing nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't even try. Like you let your team down. For real. That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
No,
I
yeah.
felt like let us down as fans. But. All right, so I want to talk basketball with you for a minute. You said you didn't watch a whole lot of Kansas City Chiefs game. It was a really good game. It was really hard fought. The highlights didn't really give it justice. I saw the highlights on it too after I watched it. But the highlights didn't give it as much justice as the actual fight was in that game. They battled it out. And I actually called it the other way around. I thought the Eagles-Niners was going to be a good battle. I thought Cincinnati was going to blow them out by 10. So Kansas City did a really good job. Patrick Mahomes proved me wrong.
Yeah.
And I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong too.
I didn't think Patrick Mahomes. I thought maybe he was just too starstruck. I thought maybe he was just going to go from a downhill decline from here. I didn't even have him making it to the AFC Championship game. So he proved me wrong on a lot of levels. So I'm proud of him. I had Jacksonville beaten. I had Jacksonville upsetting Kansas City.
And
they damn near did. They damn near did.
It would have been a nice little story, but you know.
I just wanted a Cinderella story. That's it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. That's what I really wanted to see. Yeah. I thought Trevor Lawrence. I thought after throwing 4 picks and coming back and winning that game, like I thought that just would have boosted him to another level. Like he needed to go out and beat Kansas City. He needed to have that stake in his belt, just that extra oomph, just to kind of validate him a little bit more and kind of make him feel like he won this season. He's had a rough career already in the NFL. I mean, the Jags, they were before Doug Peterson. Them Jags were a little messed up.
Yeah, I ain't hear much about them to this season.
Well, they had that whole Urban Meyer deal. Did you hear about the Urban Meyer deal? Urban Meyer went from college back to announcing for a little bit. Then he coached the Jags, lost that job while Trevor Lawrence was there. And then that's when Doug Peterson came in. And then they had a good run this year. You know what I mean? They had a good run. So Dallas didn't deserve the run they had. I'm glad to see Dak get one, get a playoff win, get a playoff road win. But he didn't deserve that one. Especially not against Tom Brady. You gotta if you're gonna beat the GOAT, you gotta go win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, facts.
Let's talk basketball for a minute. Who's your favorite basketball team?
Right now, my favorite team. Okay, listen, my all time I'm a fan because I'm from Oklahoma is the Thunder, but my favorite team is the Phoenix Suns.
Okay. Why the Suns?
I love CP3. I
I
want him
know.
to get. I really want him to get a ring. I love Devin Booker, DB. I really want them to get a ring, man. I just want them to get a ring at all possible.
It's cool to see the Phoenix Suns actually contending.
Yeah.
I feel like because I watched Steve Nash go from the Mavericks to the Suns,
hmm
and he didn't do jack down there. You know what I mean? They still were. Nobody cared about the Suns. The Suns, well, that was. I mean, Charles Barkley or whatever. Sure, okay, fine, but you didn't really go anywhere. You weren't going anywhere. So to see them relevant and see, like I've been a big Chris Paul fan for a long time. Like you said, being from Oklahoma, we had the Hornets for a while, and so the only NBA game I've ever got to go to, I got to see Chris Paul play against Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady. So T-Mac, it was something pretty cool, and New Orleans won that game. So I've been a huge because of Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul shot lights out to get him back in that game and then take over. He took over that game and won that game.
Yeah.
And so to get to see that and get to see the comeback for come behind win and everything against Yao Ming and Trace and T-Mac that was just it was a really special moment for me. But it's really special to see Devin Booker and Chris Paul doing it now and taking that team closer and closer. And I do want Chris Paul needs one.
He needs just
Otherwise, Chris Paul's gonna be the Dan Marino of basketball.
Yeah, man, he's gonna be that one without a ring, and I'm just like, come on, man.
I think who needs to go? The Lakers need to go get him. Need to trade Russ for CP3.
Yeah. Or like, the Bucks would even be. He could be a good fit on the Bucks too.
Oh, CP3.
Yeah. I don't think that they have. I would have to look at their roster again, but I think it's Giannis and Middleton. I think the CP3 would be the best point guard to like spread out everything. Giannis can shoot threes now. He can go in. Middleton's like versatile, and CP3 is the floor general, but he can also step up if needed.
Who's Milwaukee's point guards? Middleton he's a shooting forward, isn't he? Or a small forward?
Yeah.
Shooting. They're all. I don't even know why we call them positions anymore. We're playing positionless basketball now. I mean, you got a 5 shooting from deep. And Joel Embiid has definitely changed the game. But who's your favorite point guard of all time?
Man. I want it to be Kyrie.
Kyrie's good. I like Kyrie. I was actually going to say I think Chris Paul would fit really good in Brooklyn with Kevin Durant. But
yeah, that might be
I
better.
would let you go say AI. Huh?
You say you going to say who? AI? Yeah.
I would thought you were going to say AI. That's my favorite. That's my favorite point guard. AI.
I would say AI. But he didn't win a ring.
No, he didn't win a ring.
So
he didn't win a ring. But I'll tell you what I saw him do.
Yeah, I know. Let me know.
Like, if you go back and you look at his stats, like his steals per game was up there. His assists per game was still at 7. You know what I mean? His points were 25 and over. We're getting 7 assists and like two steals a game. That's a really good average. The thing that I liked about AI, and this is how I pick my players up when I'm looking at players, like who I think my dream team is, I look at heart. Like you said, you have a lot of heart, and that's why one of the reasons why you and I click so well on the football field, because I see your heart. Because we leave it all out there on the field, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can always see that in somebody, and that's what AI did. He always left it out there on the court, and if he had to fight, he'd fight. If he had to be nice, he'd be nice, and he was raw. And I really like that about him. There was no Madonna with it. There was no give me my money. It was, man, I'm trying to compete for a ring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he kept it his whole career, and I appreciated that from AI. He was a really good point guard with really good heart. He just had to go up against Kobe. And I don't care what. And I was going to ask you this, and I'm going to tell you who I think the GOAT is. Who do you think the GOAT of basketball is?
Kobe Bean Bryant, man.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. You said, oh, you're growing up my own heart. I knew you was going to say that.
I
That's my
love
dude, Kobe Bryant. That's the GOAT.
I'm so like, I ain't gonna lie, people call me crazy, but I'm grieving his loss till this day. Like that man, I love him I love basketball because of him. I love the mentality. Like I was hurt when I found out when he passed, but that's the GOAT. I don't care what nobody talking about. That's the GOAT.
I know that's right. That's the GOAT. And I agree. I actually said that on my podcast. I think Kobe is the GOAT. And it's nothing that you can really. It's funny because everyone wants to throw stats.
Yeah.
Well, when we're having the GOAT conversation, what are we really basing the GOAT on? Because when you say the GOAT to me, I'm asking you who's the most clutch.
Yeah.
Who is in game time decision, balls in this person's hands? Whose hands do I put the ball in? And I can't think of a player outside of Kobe that I would rather have the ball in his hand. It's Kobe Bryant.
That man had 5.
Well, you can sit there and say Jordan had 6.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying in general, like, people, like you said, numbers is going to always be a factor, but the longevity of things, Kobe will be talked about from here on forever. Hold on. Come in. Okay, never mind.
You want to call?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we're wrap this up here in about I was trying to get an hour. We're at about 47 minutes right now, so we're gonna wrap this up pretty quick. I got family things going on too. I can hear them going on. So I think it's funny you said that because I think Kobe's the GOAT. Well, people would this is why I think Kobe. This is the main reason I think Kobe's the GOAT. Like when he died, the whole world stopped for a day. Like, think about all the tributes and everything. Like, he shut down the whole world for a day. Who else has done that? There ain't no Michael Jordan parade. There ain't no. I cried. Like, I don't know. I didn't know a dude that had any love for the sport that didn't cry that day. Not one dude. Like, I got homies that played professional sports that we talked and, like, they were crying. You know what I mean? Yeah. You play professional sports. You said you were emotional that day. Like, I don't know anybody that was not emotional that day. And that's why he's the GOAT to me. Like, to change the lives of that many people and be that good of a dude on and off the court. You're the GOAT.
Yeah.
I saw special in Michael Jordan. I got to watch Michael play live. You know what I mean? When Michael Jordan was on the court, you saw something special. But after Kobe got on the court, that thing that I saw in Jordan, I didn't see it no more. I saw it in Kobe.
Yeah.
And the only one that I seen get close to that, and he's falling way off, was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was getting really close to that Kobe level.
Yeah. So he switched up and freaking Golden State.
You know, I wasn't even mad about that. I wouldn't. I had no hate in my heart for that. They obviously didn't win the ring. You know what I mean? Like, they had an unbelievable season, and it was a record-setting season for wins. And I thought Michael Jordan's comments to it was funny. was it 73-9? At least ours has a ring to it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought that was hilarious. But it wasn't like Kevin Durant went to their team and like rode their coattails. You know what I mean? Like he went there and he took over that team. So I respected him there.
It was like you went to the team that beat you.
That's where I had the issue was the fact that they beat them. Like had it not have been the team that just beat you, like this would have gone over a whole lot smoother. But they just beat you.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even upset. But I wasn't really upset about that. I mean, as a fan, as an athlete, I was like, "Oh, that's cheap."
Mm-hmm.
But I understood the desire to want to get a ring.
Yeah, I guess.
And he carried that team to a ring. He did what he was supposed to do. It wasn't until he got to Brooklyn that I fell off.
Yeah.
When he got to Brooklyn, like all this crybaby shit, I just can't do it. Like you are a professional athlete. You make more money than God.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously but yeah. You make all this freaking money. You just signed a 4-year contract, and now you want to cry about the 4-year contract you just signed? Miss me with that, homie. You know what I mean? Just miss me with it. I'm cool. Like, go be a crybaby somewhere else. Go be a crybaby at home in California with your mama. But I'm a Longhorn fan, hook 'em horns, and so like I was supporting the dude. He came out of Texas. I mean, had it not been for Texas, I'd have never discovered him. I mean, the dude was great. I mean, I'd have discovered him in Oklahoma City because I remember like going to Henry Hudson's and shit for the Thunder games, and it was just totally crazy that year, you know, back when we had the 3. But it's crazy to me just how dramatic he got and how dramatic a lot of these athletes are getting. Antonio Brown, like he fucked Tom Brady. Like he owes that man an apology. And just unsportsmanlike conduct and everything with all these other athletes. Like I was talking about this the other day. I have so much respect for the Oklahoma City Lady Force and all the athletes on that team because when they go out there and y'all are on that field, you play with your entire heart. Every single one of y'all do. It's not just you. It's that entire team plays with their heart. Mm-hmm. And every single one of y'all, like it's funny because watching y'all, it's like y'all have something to prove. You're national champions. You ain't got shit to prove. Your career is validated. You know what I mean? Mm. But that's not where you stop. And that's not where you're supposed to stop. You're never supposed to stop there. Tom Brady didn't stop there. Nobody says, okay, I hit the ball one time, I'm done. No, like obviously the goal is to keep going and build and make more, right? But and move up into that upper echelon. But you still play like you've never done it before. All of y'all still play like you've never done it before. Like this is your first time. Like show me what you got. And I respect the hell out of that. I have more respect for that than I do the fucking drama associated with everywhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not paying to watch receivers drop a ball. That's bullshit. If you're a professional athlete, now a defender can make a good play and you not catch the ball. I understand that. Defenders make good plays all the time. That's their job. That's why they get paid. But it hits you in the hands and you just drop it. That's like it's like seeing a shortstop the ball go between his legs. If I'm watching Major League Baseball, I should not see a shortstop have the ball go between his legs. That's a rookie mistake. That is T-ball level mistake. Yeah. After T-ball, they embed it into your mind to not let the ball go between your legs. Like it is drilled into you. Yeah. And yet you still see it all the time. Because they don't take the time to work on their craft once they hit that level. It's not, their heart's not in it anymore. And if my opinion is on that, if your heart's not in it, get the fuck out. Get out while you're still on top. Let the next man in. Because he wants to play. Let him play. Get him out, let him play. And that's where I'm at with it. So I like watching y'all play. Y'all inspire me, really, to keep going. And it's cool because now my kids are going to be around football. And my kids get to be a part of this. And, man, y'all are pioneers. Do you understand that? Like, when this thing makes it to the level, the upper echelon, like the NFL, which it will.
Yeah.
It's going to because women are going to find out about this, and it's going to blow up. I found out about this and it's been going on for 30 years. Well, I worked at the Oklahoma Sports Museum. Okay.
Yeah.
He had never even heard of it. So where y'all are going to be pioneers like Jackie Robinson. Like y'all are going to be in that upper echelon with Jackie Robinson and Rosa Parks and Neil Armstrong and all these other Neil Armstrong. Wait, is that the bicyclist? No, that's Lance Armstrong. Okay, I'm making sure I said the right one. I had to think about that for a minute.
Neil is, but they both cool. We know them.
I know that's right. And so, I mean, what does it feel to be a part of something that big? Like, what does that mean to you?
I'm humbled and honored. Most importantly, I'm grateful to God for this type of opportunity. Never been on a team where cohesively, like, we're a family. And then the coaches, they push us, but they love us. Um, I know that they're gonna make a movie about us. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. Disney Plus.
Like, I know.
Come on.
Because we were able to bring the first national championship back to women's football. Like, who wouldn't want to do that?
Right.
Overall, like, it's really humbling, and I pray that I'm an inspiration to all young girls out there that want to play and want to just knock some heads off. You ain't heard our chin shit, but you gonna hear them. You gonna hear them.
I know Ashley was talking to me about working Paycom, and she said she was in there with a whole bunch of D-line. She said she was getting it all night long. They was harassing her all night long. But I think it's funny that you mentioned the family thing, because I said something about this the other day. We don't dab up. Like, it's handshakes and hugs. Like, it's like I grab your hand, like kind of dab each other up, and then it's an immediate hug right afterwards.
Yeah.
I went up to the coaches my first day, and I was trying to dab everybody up, and they're like, "Nah, we hug here, homie." And it's just really cool, you know, just to have that family type feel, that tight knit feel. I've been on a lot of teams. I've never felt that. I've never felt the love of a family like I have with the Lady Force. That is something really, really cool and really special. And I'm glad I really am glad you touched on it, because I felt it too. When I was welcomed in there and seeing y'all get y'all's rings, man, it gave me chills up and down my spine just to be a part of this. It's funny, guy. I asked you, how's it feel to be up there with Jackie Robinson and Rosa Parks, because you really are a pioneer in this industry. You women are pioneers in this industry, and that's where y'all are at. The world just doesn't know it yet. It's crazy. It's crazy to think of what you are really doing and in the generation to come. I'm gonna share a story with you, and I'm gonna let you go. But I didn't think Ashley could make this team because she hadn't been working out. I didn't think that she was just gonna go out there and be athletic and just walk on when I hadn't seen her do nothing. Okay. And then whenever she made it, like, I was happy for her, but I was so mad at sports because I remember doing the 2-a-days. I remember doing all the workouts and all the bleeding and the tape and the shaving your legs and shit to get the tape on there and all the stupid stuff that went with football and baseball. And yet my wife was an athlete. It didn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to go to a practice and watch y'all play. And it was like, God damn, like, she didn't just make a football team, like, she made a fucking football team. Like, so I'm really proud of her. I'm really impressed. And I know that it sounds kind of, my story sounds kind of mean and messed up. I understand how it sounds, but really I can't, what y'all have done for my family has been remarkable. Actually working out, me getting to be a part of this, my son being a part of, like, my kids being around this. It's done miracles for our entire family. And I believe that sports do that for families. And this is just a really good instance of where this one happened to work out for me, and I get to share a cool story.
Yeah.
But it's great. Y'all are wonderful. I love watching y'all play, watching y'all practice, and to be invited to be a part of it was just icing on the cake because I honestly just asked to be a ball boy. I was like, I just need y'all balls, like water, whatever y'all need. I just want to watch y'all play, like whatever's gonna let me watch y'all. And they had some other plans for me and brought me up and listened to me and asked me some questions and thought I'd be a good fit and asked me to come join, and it's been wonderful. I've loved it. And I wanted to make sure before I did this with anybody else that I got my sister Donut on here. I had to get her on here. Come on.
You know, the first number one.
So, first one. That's right. I had to get my girl Donut on here. I had to. I couldn't do it without you. I'm so excited to watch y'all play. Your first game is April 22nd, correct?
Yeah.
It's here in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
At the in Bethany. Was it
SNU Stadium?
Yeah, Southern Nazarene. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Nazarene Stadium. Do you know what ticket prices are or anything? Do you know how much it costs to get in the game?
It might range from $10 to $12.
$10 to $12? So $10 to $12, you get to go watch professional football?
Yep.
That ain't bad at all. That's pretty cool.
We gonna make sure to put on a show for y'all. It ain't no pity patty.
I know that's right. You got a quarterback that's got a cannon. You got receivers that are balling out. You got defensive backs that are balling out. Defensive tackles that are balling out. Oh, I was going to say this about you and Heather. I haven't told Heather this yet. I wanted to tell you first. So you and Heather look like mighty mice out there. Like, y'all are around some big old girls, and y'all are just these two little bitty, but y'all do the most damage on the team. Like, I just want y'all to know that. Like, it's funny because especially Heather gets it with that defensive line. She looks so small compared to them girls.
Yeah.
And so you and Heather, I got nicknames for y'all. Y'all are the mighty mice. Just so y'all know. Huh?
I said, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, also, I found out you're an entrepreneur.
I am.
You are. Tell me a little bit about this entrepreneurship.
So I own my own business called The Donut Shop. It's basically a clothing line brand that is a custom clothing line brand that kind of expresses the uniqueness of individuals. Usually when you get a box of donuts, sometimes you can get a whole regular box where you can get all that are just different. And so I've tried to showcase more the differences of the donuts.
That's what's up. Is that why they call you Donut? Is that how you got your name, or did you get that from your nickname? How'd you get the nickname Donut?
I got the nickname Donut while I was in college. I basically was moving in freshman year, the freshest freshman on the campus. From top to bottom, I had the best fit on. And more importantly, I had white shoes on. So one day I'm getting out the car to go up to, just go eat and stuff. I step into a chocolate donut. 3 dudes see me. They was like, donut. So I kept going around the campus throughout the week, and they kept calling me Donut, so everybody else thought my name was Donut. I ain't even choose a name. It chose me.
I know that's right. That's usually how it works with nicknames.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to make me a shirt. I need a shirt.
I got you. I can customize something for you.
That's what's up. I need a donut shirt. All right, Donut. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. This has been a wonderful experience, not only to get to know you as a player, but just as a friend to get to know you a little bit more too. And this is completely outside the realm of coaching. This has nothing to do with me coaching. This has everything to do with me just loving the game, loving the game of football and sports. And so I appreciate you coming on this venture with me and being a part of this, and get to know you a little bit better. And I can't wait to see you out there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's probably gonna be a day or two before this comes out. But when it does, I'll send you the link and you gotta listen to it.
For sure, I will. I definitely will.
All right, bet. The name of the podcast is I'm gonna say it. Hit me up. I'm gonna say it pod@gmail.com.
Okay.
Thanks again, Donut. And y'all have a great night.
You too.